Hey everyone, my name is Ash Shukla and I'd like to say namaste and welcome to my live. My friends, today we are talking about emotional healing. And I have a guest here with me. Her name is Brenda Bakfield. And today, as we are talking today and you like my broadcast, I would love for you to go here at the bottom, make sure you like, you comment, you share, and absolutely make sure that you subscribe to our channel. My friends, I want to thank you so much for being here today. And today's discussion, we are talking about emotional healing. Emotional healing is such an important topic because we have gone through in 2020 was probably the most different year that in our life than ever before. And as you know, that we all have gone through a lot of things, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering over the last year or so. And it is time to heal. It is not time to heal yourself, but also time to heal other people who are around us, right? So let's talk about that today. And with that in mind, I would like to welcome Brenda Bakfield. Brenda, my friend, welcome to the conversation today.
Well, I thank you for the invite, Ash. I totally appreciate it. I mean, it's just amazing when you're able to share with the audience things that they've never thought about. And as you say, we've been through a tough year in 2020, and not knowing how long this may last in 2021. But we're gonna pray and put that energy out there that this can be over soon, and even lives are not going to get back to normal. Normal is gone, but that we can move forward in our lives and enjoy the time that we have here on this earth. And I'm just excited to share today. And again, thank you for the invite.
You're so welcome, my friend Brenda. Really appreciate. We have Ravindra Vyas here today. So thank you, Ravindra, for joining us today. I appreciate you. So, my friends, we wanted to just begin this conversation with emotional healing, right? Emotional healing. How do you heal emotionally? And as world has gone through turmoil, we all have faced different things, different things in our lives. And by the way, I would love to know what type of things you have overcome in 2020 going into 2021, or what kind of resolutions have you made in 2021. I would love to see what kind of emotional resolutions, not financial resolutions, but emotional resolutions have you made. What kind of breakthroughs you're looking to create, because what you're going to find, what I find is that internally inside of us, each one of us, we work hard, we are dedicated at our craft, and there are times where when we go through things in life, right, in journal, and so the question is, how do you overcome? And that's what we are here to talk about today: emotional healing. And see, many times people tell me that, oh, look at the world as half glass half full. But the problem is, when the glass is half full, you're not overfilling, because
Right.
the fact is the glass is half empty. Now the question is, was it, what's better for you and for the other people around you, when you are half full or completely full and overflowing? That's the real
Mhm.
question of emotional healing, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Brenda,
Yeah.
let's start with the conversation of emotional healing. Tell us a little bit about emotional healing and what have you found in the world so far.
Well, first of all, it was truly a blessing that this was brought to me, and I considered it a divine inspiration when it happened, because as I was going through where we are now, and being that I am a holistic practitioner and looking for things, and I needed a pivot. Pivot in 2020 dealt me the card like it did many people. And as a licensed massage therapist, I haven't touched a body since March of 2020. So I wanted to continue being able to be of value to my clients. And as this information continued to develop, because I had a lot of tools in my tool bag, I should say I had several alternative options that are available to heal from the inside out. Because I share frequently with ladies that when I used to go to networking groups, and we're still doing Zoom, but with that, I would say we look great on the outside. Hey, you got the beauty going on, and you have this exterior that's showing this facade in a way of how we truly feel and how energetically we're disconnected on the inside. So being able to provide a option to emotionally deal with the things that we're dealing with, because we don't realize, and I have found this to be true, people, we do not realize that, yeah, we're thinking consciously, and that conscious mind is 10% of our brain power. So where's the other 90? The other 90 are those emotions, those subconscious emotions, that subconscious part of us that's below the surface. And we use the iceberg. And with the iceberg, and I received my training through Dr. Bradley Nelson to discover a healing. And that 10% that you see above the surface, you're dealing with sometimes. But that other 90% that's below the surface, that subconscious part of you that knows everything that has happened to you in your lifetime. And yeah, we're, like I say, consciously, we're thinking about 2020, but we still need to consider what's going on with the subconsciously, and how do you heal from that? Because there are so many things that has happened, hundreds of things that has happened to us that consciously you don't know. Because who remembers being an infant? Who remembers being in the womb? And they say when you get here and you're finally at that age. I mean, for me, I probably started remembering things about age 4 or 5. So what happened in that time frame before that? Or what was going on with mom when she was carrying you during that pregnancy? Was there something emotionally that was going on with her that she passed on to you? Or what has happened, those energetic emotions that were trapped and that were passed on you from your ancestors, generations. So we pass things from generation to generation to generation, not realizing it consciously, that that's impacting me and how the makeup of me, of who I am. And being able to release those trapped emotions are profound. They are absolutely amazing. And the changes that come about as my clients go through these experiences and being able to release those trapped emotions. Because when you listen to the body, and one of the sayings that I picked up along the way too, is when the body whispers, we should listen.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want that whisper to turn into a scream, because we wait for illness and disease to manifest when we can take the time by knowing this. And so this is information that you know now. So you can possibly curtail those events that are happening in your life, especially when it comes to healing from the inside out, because we are who we are, but we add to that. And I ask my clients, how many people take responsibility for what's going on the inside of them? What are you doing to help yourself be a better person from the inside out? What are you doing to curtail those illnesses and disease and symptoms that you're experiencing? How do you posture yourself so you don't wind up with a catastrophic disease that possibly could have been minimized or not even happen? But it's with these things that mount up inside of us and we hold on. I was a person, I used to tell people, I don't cry. I don't do that. I'm good. I'm a strong woman. I don't cry. Or even we raise our, the boys are raised to don't cry. What's wrong with being a male and crying? That is a true emotion within itself that allows your body to release. So when you hold on to that negative stuff on the inside, as I said, that's turning the energies that we have, because everything is energy. So you're taking, and that energy that is just, I call it festering on the inside with nowhere to go. But those things that you don't even know how it got trapped, or you may see something that has happened, I won't even say catastrophically, but there was an event that happened in your life that emotion, it's stuck, that energy. And the energy that we speak of when we say trapped emotions, it's about the size of a small orange to a small melon. So just imagine that just sitting there in your tissue with nowhere to go, because you don't know how to release it. And when you release those emotions, you become a better person for it. And of course, I have to have testimonies upon testimonies of clients that they're saying, thank you. I didn't know this. I'm glad I was able to get this for you to help me release these trapped emotions. And I feel so much better. And you will feel better if you take the time to do it. Because the thing about the body is, Our subconscious is so smart. It is so smart, smarter than our conscious mind. It is so smart because I say it's holding on to everything that it already knows. It's just waiting on you to say, hey, let me help you. I want to be able to help you and bring those things to the forefront that you can let go. And I tell people, I say the process is so simple, yet we have those that will say, that stuff don't work. Yes, it does. It's just the challenge. The challenge I put out to you is to try it. Get yourself an emotional healing session and experience how much better you will feel from the inside out. And I'll give you an example, even for myself. I have been walking around with this pain in my right chest. And I went to the doctor, got it checked out, made sure everything was okay, because I do things more often than not holistically. I will go to the doctor to see if there's something I can't figure out. Okay, you give me the diagnosis and let me deal with it from there. So when the tests were run and everything came back negative, I'm still shaking my head like, okay, this doesn't make sense. What is going on? I make sure I take care of myself on a daily basis. I make sure I put the right foods in my system. I stay hydrated. I'm blessed not to take any pharmaceuticals and all that good stuff. And still, this pain was there. And I was blaming it on my dog because I remember him yanking me on the leash. And that's when this pain manifested. So I thought, but that was the connection I was able to make. And we're talking months had gone by and I'm still having this pain. And I'm stretching and I'm doing what my physical therapist told me and, et cetera, et cetera. And when I have the opportunity to have the emotion code introduced in my life, it was like, wow. When the session was done, that pain went away. It was connected to an emotion that took me back to the age of 25. And I'm well over 60 now, so just so you know. So, but so that was a time. But the connection that happened and the release that happened at that moment, I was still touching my chest, going like, where did it go? Where did it go? But it was the release of that negative emotion that was tied to an event that had happened to me at the age of 25. And even with that event, I considered myself, I had let it go. I forgave the person. I was living my life. But with that emotion was still there. And now that it's gone, the pain in my chest has gone. And it will just blow you away. Even if you can't put your finger on it, during the session, the emotion is identified. And the emotion may or may not want to give you more information. If it doesn't, so what? The thing is, the emotion is released. And you're like, great, that is fantastic. And you will feel so much better. And the age, there's no age limit. There's no age limit as to when this can happen. A 10-year-old, she was blown away. Where did the pain go? Her neck was hurting. Did a session with the baby. Her pain was gone. And it was just what we hold on to, and that we're not consciously aware of what we're holding on to, is why we're here as emotion practitioners to help release those trapped emotions so that you can live your life and feel so much better. So much better.
Okay. So Brenda, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So these emotions, right?
Yes.
What's one thing somebody can do to release their emotion?
One thing that a person can do is listen to you. If you listen to your subconscious mind, if you listen to that voice in your head, you can ask questions. Ask yourself. You will be amazed. You can have a conversation with you and it will respond. And it's a process of allowing to let it go. But first, the belief of I can heal from the inside out. So having that belief, and even it's still like a little with even if you don't have the belief, you still can heal. You're gonna hamper it a little bit, but still, if you have that belief, because it's just like a lie detector test. You get a lie detector test done, and I'm gonna beat the lie detector. But the body has an innate ability to tell the truth, whether you want to tell the truth verbally or not. So what you can do for yourself in terms of letting those negative emotions go is connect with yourself energetically. And as I say, the subconscious, not understanding how you can totally do it, but as you still can, for the things that are consciously that you're aware of, let it go. Be positive. Let that energy go. But if you want, more in depth of how you can do this, and I invite you, get the book, The Emotion Code. That's how you can start healing yourself, because the process is not that difficult. But there are those that want to work with certified practitioners, which we're more than happy to help you. But the number one thing you can do, get that book, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. It will blow you away. It will.
Well, Brenda, I thought you were going to promote Financial Chakras book that's coming out.
Well, Ash, it's all good. Yeah, we got Ash going on here.
What's up with that?
But
you're promoting.
Your question was, what was your question? Your question said, how can someone get rid of, the emotions, the negative emotions?
I know. I'm just
I like a hard time.
I like having fun. I like having fun. By the way, we have people here. We want to say thank you to Ravindra. Thank you so much for joining. Samuel, my friend, really appreciate you. Really, thank you so much for joining. Kevin is here. Fernando is here. Balbir is here. Michael is here. I am so thankful for all of you for joining here. Balbir says, wow, who knew that the body holds on to all the negative stuff and causes pain? How about that? That the body holds on to so many things. You'll be surprised, right? Your subconscious mind. And I was actually looking for a video. There's actually a healing center that does not have any equipment, if artificial equipment in Chile, in China. And they did this video on they healed, like you can see the cancer they healed the cancer without any equipment in 3 minutes. What took this lady years and years to heal, and they literally cured the cancer in 3 minutes. And it's a video that I'm trying to find while Brenda is going to answer some questions, and I'm going to be looking for that video. So if you see me looking down, that's why I'm doing that, just so you know. Okay. But emotions are so powerful, is that if you channel them in the right way. So one of the most important things about this center, one of the things that they teach is actually about getting your emotions right and getting your body energetically in the right way, and then they actually help you with the what do you call this help you heal yourself in the most miraculous way you can think about possible. And so Brenda, like, let me ask you one question. So let's say that people want to heal, right? And let's say they want to do a self-test of what kind of pain that they're having. How can they do that?
Well, one of the easiest ways that I have people connect with realizing that they are able to communicate with their body is to do a sway test. And the sway test is going to give you a yes and a no. And when your body goes forward, that's yes. When your body goes back, that's no. And it's real simple. You can stand with your hands, your feet shoulder width apart, your hands down to your side, and close your eyes and get the feel of your body's energy, that movement. And in doing so, you're going to feel the subtle movement of your body. Once you settle into that, ask yourself, or you can say out loud, say, my name is Brenda. And my name is Brenda. And feel the direction that your body goes in. Now, that's a truth for me. Your name's not Brenda, mine is. So that's a truth for me. So my body's going to sway forward. If I say, my name is Ash, my body's going to sway backwards because my name is not Ash. So you're able to make that energetic connection. That's easy, right? And once you have done that, then you can ask your body, and it's not, don't use it trying to win the lottery and stuff, because that's not what it's for. We're talking healing energetically. So you could ask yourself, ask your energetic, your energy, your subconscious mind. You could ask your subconscious mind, do I have a headache? If you have a headache, it's going to say yes. If not, it's going to say no. Am I able to let this go? Am I ready to let it go? You can ask your body that. It'll tell you yes or no. And then you can, when you speak these things, just tell it, I'm ready to release this discomfort. And you can do that in the simple things, but when we're doing a healing session, we go more in depth as to where did this come from. What specifically is the emotion, because there are subconscious, and that's the part, is like the subconscious emotions that we don't know are there. We have a process in which we do it to identify that emotion. But for the things that, like say your head is hurting and you can ask your body, can we get rid of this pain? Is it related to my boss getting on my nerves, or is it related to the stress that I have? Can I decrease my stress? Ask your body. It's a series of questions. You're having a conversation with your subconscious to change how you feel. But when it comes to, like I say, the trapped emotions, you may speak some of the emotions that is this emotion due to unhappiness? Is this emotion due to a pain? Is this emotion due to a particular person? And if you don't know the person, it's like, is this person male? Is this person female? And you design your request with what the goal is to eliminate. But as I say, there is a specific process and certain emotions that we are trained to focus on in releasing when we're doing the sessions. But you can have that conversation. You can help yourself feel better from the inside out by having that conversation with your subconscious, and just ask the question.
Ask the question. So simply they can, oh, wow, how about that, huh? Really important. How about, so Michael says here, my friend Brenda, is that he says, I agree, emotions are so powerful. Thank you, Michael, for being here. Dana is here. Thank you for sharing your personal story. We have all these people joining us here, and I want to thank everyone for joining. Really appreciate you guys. So let's talk about for a moment, so you said that, okay, so one way you can tell how to see an emotion, if it's trapped or not, it's just by simply speaking it out. So let's say that I have an emotion that's trapped. And Nancy says, thank you, Brenda. Nancy Cotton is here from on Facebook with us, and she says, thank you, Brenda. Really, really appreciate you. So that being said, like, if we want to stop and think about this, right, for a moment, as we're talking and as we're having discussions, the guys, think about it. How many times maybe, like, you were going to do something and your intuition told you no, right? So that's your subconscious talking. And when your subconscious is talking, that's your actually Manipura chakra talking, right? In your now when your third chakra is talking to you, we sometimes ignore it and we don't listen. And when we don't listen, we are usually wrong, right? So whether you listen to your third chakra or not is up to you. But suggestion based on what Brenda said, I am Ash, right? And if that is truth, right, your body will tell you. And if it's not the truth, your body will tell you. And how about how many times we ignore? Those of you who are watching would love to know, how many times have you ignored and ask yourself a question? You knew you were right or wrong, and you went against that intuition that you received.
Right.
And you find that all the time, especially with when you go to when you go to store. Like, I have a friend of mine who bought his wife an entire house without her being present. Well, I'm sure his intuition somewhere in there said, maybe I should bring my wife here. So he ended up returning the house. How about that, huh? I didn't know you could return a house, just so you know. so but from an example perspective, okay.
Right.
I'm just having fun, okay. Those of you that are watching, thank you so much for watching.
Well, we're not using it for those, but for that healing that takes place. And I have to tell you, last night I received a phone call from a client's black friend, and she's in the hospital, and her tests have been coming up negative for all the things that they were admitted her for. And she allowed me to do a healing session with her. And those are the calls that I love to get. It's just like, hey, Brenda can help you. And she was just like, I don't know. The doctors don't know. We don't know. And all I could do at that point was to do a session and go through the what I want to say, the chart. We use a chart of 60 emotions, and those 60 emotions are applicable to anything. But what her body was identifying during that session in relation to what was going on, and I focused on the areas of her body that she was hospitalized for and where she was having her discomfort. And just being able to, because you can ask the body too, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's my pain level? I mean, consciously, you know, but you also can ask subconsciously because it's smarter than you. So with that, I was able to take her through a process. And they said, did you catch that this was virtually? She's in the hospital. I'm sitting in my office. And to be able to help her, that is so powerful. The power of energy, making that energetic connection, regardless of where a person is in the world. This happens. And the release that comes from it, pain level decreases exponentially. And so my clients they're all over the country. And it has just been paying attention to what your body's telling you, what that subconscious is telling you. As Ash say, if intuitively you know you shouldn't be doing it, and your body and your mind is telling you no, it knows. It knows. It is so powerful. Extremely.
Yes, it does. And you know, guys, I'm gonna prove it to you that it works. So I'm gonna show you something that will blow you away. So like I found the video that I was looking for, and I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, Brenda, we are gonna go on one side of the thing here. I'm just sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. I just need to find the okay, here we go. I think this is the right one. Okay, you guys can see the screen. All right. So I'm going to play this video. I'm going to show you that this particular video, I'm not going to play the whole 14 minutes, but I'm going to get to the main part of the video, okay? Where this doctor talks about like this is one of the few famous videos on YouTube, and those of you who want to watch it, like this is actually a center, okay? That would create the feeling. Watch this, okay? But it could be any word. I want you to know that. So this just based on feeling and exactly what these people did on a live. So I'm explaining this is a person, and we'll explain it again as we go through the film.
Over 8 years, the center has successfully treated more than 180 types of illnesses, including bladder cancer.
看到了没有？就是在这个膀胱，下角处的左侧，有和一个压壶，这么一个。发气，搁这边是，这么一块就是人家发气。
So on the right of the screen is where the cancer is disappearing. I mean the tumor, just by power of the thought, okay? And on the left is a tumor where it was before. On the right, you see like it's getting smaller and smaller. So what was the most interesting part of that video is what this person was suffering from a tumor for so many years, and now it's gone in 3 minutes. So when you talk about emotions, when you control them correctly, like, you know, we were in a net, those of you who don't know, we do networking every Friday. We do this networking every single Friday. And if you want to see like when we do it and all that, so we do it Friday from 10 to 11:30 or so. And this particular Friday, when we did it, so those of you who want to visit my website, feel free to do that. But when we do this networking, we were talking about you know um, making sure that we can get business, right? And so when I was talking about controlling, like how do you control when people tell you no and people don't do business with you and things like that. And what it comes down to is your conversation with yourself in the right way. And when you do that, if they can cure cancer, you can definitely cure anything. And Brenda Wakefield, I mean, she is amazing, guys. Those of you who are looking to heal your body and heal your emotions, feel free to reach out to Brenda. And so she can help you, really. And those of you who want to join me on a Friday networking, would love to have you. Absolutely love to have you. So with that in mind, so Brenda, let me ask you this question. So now, when people come to you now, normally how long does it take for you to do your sessions and things of the nature?
Well, in a session, I mean, many, I would say many trapped emotions can be released. And it depends on the body, because the body is doing this. I mean, I book out at 30-minute sessions, not necessarily meaning it's going to take 30 minutes, because it could be much less. And numerous trapped emotions can be released in one session, because we need to understand our body needs time to process when it lets go. And the body will shut down in terms of saying, okay, I didn't have enough, so give me time to process that emotion. So it's like the session is booked for 30 minutes, but not necessarily mean that it's going to go 30 minutes, because I listen to what your energetic body is telling me. Your subconscious is telling me how far we can go during that time frame.
I love that. I love that. So you actually have to sit down, and so you can do this virtually, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. So Brenda, like if somebody wanted to, let's say that somebody, what type of emotions are primary emotions that you find that most people are suffering with right now?
Well, I mean, that's hard to say, because like I say, we have a chart of 60 emotions. So it just depends on that person's release that needs to be released in that specific instance. So say, for instance, someone is dealing with, I had a client that had migraines, had been suffering with migraines for weeks. And when we focused in on, are there trapped emotions to release dealing with the migraines, and the body responds. And then the questioning of where is this? What emotion is it? Because we start out with 60 emotions, but we narrow it down to 5. And when we narrow it down to 5, then we're focused on, we want one out of that 5 to say, hey, it's me, I'm ready to let go. So during that process, it's a process of elimination with the amount of emotions that we start out with initially. We get down to that one, we focus on it, and we let it go. So to say that, what's specific, but a lot of times people, if you say what conditions or something like that, or what symptoms, it's pain. More often than not, people are looking to get rid of pain somewhere that they haven't been able to get rid of in the past. Because once that emotion is released, that emotion is released. Now, could there be another emotion to that particular pain? Yes. But that emotion that was for that specific pain has now been released and is gone. And who knows how long it's been sitting there. And it's a possibility it was inherited. So there could be, it will lead us to where we can say, what is it, mom's side, dad's side? How many generations? Is it 5 generations, 20? The most I've dealt with personally so far was 125 generations. And once you let that trapped emotion that is impacting you, that came from your ancestors, it releases it for everybody in your lineage in that particular way. But it's mind-blowing, because there are things we don't think about. We just don't think about. It's like, how did I get this way? Or you may be feeling something that, once again, you just cannot put your finger on. But when the process is done and the release happens specific for you in your situation, you let it go, and that trapped emotion leaves you, and you feel better for it.
I like it. So it's more like you make a list, and then you narrow it down, and then you take 1 or 2, and then you start tackling that, and it's a procedural thing with
yeah,
one.
And the thing is, I've had car accidents before, but they were never my fault, really. So So in that, the situation came up where I was dealing with some pain. It took me to an accident that I was involved in at the age of 8. And structurally, it's caused issues throughout my life. So when it got to that one, and I didn't even think about it, but that emotion was released related. There was several emotions related to that accident. It was a motorcycle accident, 8 years old, thrown off the motorcycle, et cetera, et cetera. But with that, so then I was like, well, hey, can we just get rid of all the accidents at one shot? No, you have to release each event individually, because there may be a different emotion related to that specific event. So it's layering, it's peeling back the layers of an onion. So you can come in and get one session done, but again, we have hundreds of emotions. Doing it in one session, and you're still gonna feel better, but you really want to have a better you and improved you physically and emotionally. Take the journey of healing from the inside out. And this is when, as I say, when the opportunity comes and there's options to heal, there are pieces. This is a piece of a puzzle that is part of your healing process, because there are a lot of things out there that you can do and you can select. But I tell people this one, oh my goodness, heal from the inside out. And like I said, there are many ways to do it, but this is one that I personally share with my clients to help them be a better person and heal from the inside out and love you. You can love you even more. I know you already love yourself, but love yourself even more by healing from the inside. Okay.
Thank you, Brenda. So the question I have, I will repeat my question. So what are some of the emotions that keeps coming up with your clients? What are some of the things that have you seen? Is it headaches? Is it footache? Is it a backache? What do you normally see?
Backache, headaches, digestive issues.
Okay.
What I want to say, I can say the migraines are different from headaches, and a lot of back pain, and working with people that may have some eye pain. I've worked with several people with eye pains, and here's a biggie: animals. Animals have emotions too. So I've been working with animals to help them to release I was working with a rescue dog. That's what you call them. Rescue. Yeah. So new owner, rescue dog, and the dog was abused. So same thing. I mean, emotionally, when you're depressed, people are suffering from grief. And like I say, this body here goes through so much stress. Stress is a biggie to help people to decrease their stress, to feel better, and find out the reason why, or what emotion is associated with that stress, the emotion that's associated with that stress, to help them release and let go. So from the physical aspect, as I said, the headaches, the migraines, the backache, your digestive issues, those are big.
Those are biggies. Okay, great. So that's good to know. So those of you who have those issues, or if you know somebody who has those kind of issues, please feel free to reach out to Brenda Bakfield. My friends, listen, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys a lot. Be sure to, whenever you want to feel your emotions, ask yourself a simple question. Like your name, right? I am Ash, or I am whoever you are. Ask yourself that question, and then maybe you can do the same thing with your emotion, right? And be let's see if your body is falling forward or is it going backward. And by doing that simple exercise, you'll be able to tell whether emotion is trapped or is it not trapped. Okay. And so that's one way to tell emotion. But to find out more on how to untrap your emotions, or what emotions are trapped inside of you, you can find out from Brenda Bakfield. My friends, my name is Ash Shukla, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you guys a lot. Love you guys a lot. Be sure to go here at the bottom and like, comment, share, and absolutely make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Brenda, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you. Any last words before we go?
Well, of course, thank you for the invite. But if we can all help ourselves by listening to that subconscious that we have. And as Ash said, ask your body. It will tell you because it knows. So depend on you, and you can be a better person to fix you. But I'm here to help you. Find me, Brenda Wakefield.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Really appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
Yep.
Ash.
You're so welcome. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.